if you are a candidate writing NECO for this year, NECO chemistry, practical, and you are writing it for this year, please watch this video from the beginning to the end. The SWOT analysis that you are going to have for the NECO, I did it in the laboratory and I explained it in total, step by step. I did everything and you will see it. So watch this video, watch it from the beginning to the end. Thank you as you watch. NECO quantitative analysis, that is the SWOT analysis for NECO. Alright, now the first thing we have to do is that C, which is the salt provided for us, C plus distilled water. Now let's take the C first and foremost, and this is the salt, this is C. Okay, we put some of it, a spatula, we put it in the test tube. Alright, so we put, let's add water. Okay, and after adding water, we need to shake. We shake properly. All right, whether you are told from the instruction to shake or not, but you still need to shake. And see how it reacts. So from what we see now, we can see that C dissolved completely. C dissolved completely. So we are going to write that down now. Now, C dissolves completely. Okay. To form, you can see what it forms. Okay. To form a blue solution. To form a blue solution. Now, once this thing forms a blue solution, the inference we have to give now is that, because the reason why they say we should dissolve it in distilled water is to know maybe is the salt soluble or not. Now we have observed that it is soluble, so that's why we have the observation of C dissolved completely to form a blue solution. So we now say C is a soluble salt. C is a soluble salt. So the next instruction now is that first portion, which means in your normal examination there will be instruction for you to split it into 3 portions or 4 portions, as the case may be. So now, as I want to do it now, I will split it into 3 portions, okay? Which means that we have 1 portion here, and we have another portion here. Okay. All right. Now it is in 3 portions now. I've split it into 3 portions, as you can see. So now, the first portion of solution C plus sodium hydroxide, that is NaOH, aqueous, in drops, then in excess. So let's do that now. So if you have to put it in drops, it means that putting it in drops means we take, this is the sodium hydroxide, this is sodium hydroxide. So we take sodium hydroxide and we put it in drops. So let's see what happens over there. Okay, so looking at it, so we put it in drops. Film it in this so that you can see it very well. So putting it in drops, let's see what happens. Okay, we can see the precipitate is a gelatinous one. Gelatinous precipitate is being formed in drops. So let's now do it in excess, as they've said. Now when I pour it in excess, there is still, you can see it's still forming the precipitate, and the precipitate is still what? Blue gelatinous. It does not dissolve. So let's now put that down now. So let me put this on the rack over here. Let's put it on the rack. Okay. So let's put it down as it may be. Now, first portion of solution C plus sodium hydroxide. Blue gelatinous precipitate is formed or is observed. Okay, you now say in drops. Blue gelatinous precipitate in drops. Now, since we have said in drops, you now say then in excess. Make sure that your answer is on this line. What will now happen in excess, as we have seen? Okay, the what? The blue precipitate remains insoluble. The blue precipitate remains insoluble. Now, for us even getting blue gelatinous precipitate, okay, we know the only thing that can give us that is what? Cu2 plus. Now, blue precipitate remains insoluble. When it remains insoluble, normally, you know that's also Cu what? 2 plus. Normally, if it dissolves, it means the salt is amphoteric. But now it doesn't dissolve. It means that the salt is non-what? Amphoteric. And that's why it doesn't what? Dissolve. Sometimes we need to say that. But the normal thing they want to know is that Cu2 plus, another Cu2 plus. Let's go to the first step now. Second portion of C, of solution C, plus aqueous ammonia in drops and then in excess. So let's try that. So let's take our second portion. This is our second portion, okay? And we are to use aqueous ammonia. So this is our aqueous ammonia here. This is our aqueous ammonia, okay? Let me rinse this. That will not contaminate. Okay. So this is our aqueous ammonia. Let me take it over there. So in drops and then in excess. So let's try it and see. Okay. When it's in drops, let's see what happens. You can see the blue gelatinous precipitate in drops, blue gelatinous precipitate. Then in excess, let's see what happens. So it dissolves to give us a what? Deep blue solution. Very deep. Very, very deep. Deep blue what? Solution. We can see it very well. Deep blue solution. Okay? So let me put that in the rack and let's write it down. Now, second portion of solution C plus aqueous ammonia. Okay? So also blue gelatinous precipitate, okay, is what? Is formed in drops. Is formed in drops. And then in excess. What now happen in excess? Okay? Precipitate, or we say blue precipitate. Anyhow, precipitate dissolves to form a deep, you must put it that way, deep blue solution. To form a deep blue solution, we must put it that way. Now, when we have blue gelatinous precipitate, when it is formed, what did we expect? That is Cu2 plus. Cu2 plus. Now, when the precipitate dissolves to form a deep blue solution, what happens? This is the confirmatory test. Cu2 plus confirmed. Cu2 plus confirmed. Confirmed, okay? It is a confirmatory test. It's confirmed in that manner. Now, let's go to our third portion. The third portion of solution C plus barium chloride. Plus barium chloride. So how do we do that from plus barium chloride? Now, this is the third portion. This is the third portion, okay? Now, these are barium chloride. So let's take that and see what happens. So we have to add barium chloride. Let's see what happens over there. Barium chloride. So as we are adding it, you can see white precipitate. As we are dropping it, white precipitate is being formed. Very white precipitate is formed. Okay. Now, when white precipitate is formed, what does this mean? Anytime barium chloride gives us white precipitate, there are three ions. There are three ions. So let me write it here. White precipitate, okay, is formed on addition of barium chloride. There are three ions that will be what? That will be expected to come out that we can infer. CO3 2 minus, SO3 2 minus, or SO4, let me put it this place, SO4 2 minus, 1, 2, 3. These are the three ions that we are going to what? Be suspecting. Okay? We cannot say what? Present. Okay? We are suspecting that it's present. All these places also you can put present. It doesn't make any, it doesn't change anything. Okay? Now, when we have this, what now happens? There is something about this. This one that have O3, O3. they dissolve readily in dilute HCl. Because they say then plus dilute HCl, they dissolve. Because they dissolve, let's now test. If they dissolve, it means it's any of them. But if this precipitate does not dissolve, okay, in dilute HCl, it means that it's gonna be SO4 2 minus, and that's what we are expecting. Okay, we are expecting it not to dissolve. You see, in excess of dilute HCl, let them see, dilute HCl, it refuses to what? To dissolve. Now, it means that we are not going to say when it's plus dilute HCl, the precipitate remains insoluble. Precipitate remains insoluble. And it's insoluble, what now happens? SO42 minus confirmed. SO42 minus confirmed. So that is all about your NECO practical for 2026. That is all about it. Thank you and God bless.